Hey y'all, it's because Mama said so, and we are making some party snacks. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a homemade cheesecake. Yes, we are. This is not difficult at all. It just has a lot of steps. First, we're going to take about 10 graham crackers and put them in a food processor and pulse them until they're pulverized. They'll look like sand almost. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar and 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Once this all starts to kind of come together in the food processor, we'll turn it off and we're going to press it into the bottom of a springform pan. Now, springform pans have a bottom that is removable and a hinge on the side that allows it to open up and leave whatever's in the center intact. These are very handy. Mine is a 9-inch, which is what's recommended for the recipe. I'm going to press the crumbs into the bottom of the pan, but I'm going to come up the side just a little bit to form a little bit of a crust on the sides of our cheesecake. This is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. Next, we're going to work on our cheese filling. I'm going to do 2 pounds of softened cream cheese and add 1.5 cups of sugar. We're going to cream that together for about 5 minutes. This is a lot easier if you have made sure that your cream cheese is very, very soft. Then we're going to add whole eggs and a couple of egg yolks to our mix, and we'll mix together the yolks 2 at a time, making sure that we incorporate them well. I'll have this recipe down in the comments below as a pinned comment, so that way you can see it instead of just relying on my voice to follow. But as you can see, we're just adding them in a couple at a time, scraping the bowl as we need to make sure that everything is thoroughly combined. We're also going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of cream cheese. Not 1/4 cup of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of sour cream. Oh my goodness. And once this is all combined, we'll pour it into our prepared dish. Now we're going to pour our cream cheese filling into our cold pie crust. Now this has a few steps for baking, and again, I'll have the recipe down in the comments below. But we're going to start out at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. Then we'll lower the oven temperature to 225 degrees, and it'll bake for an additional hour and 15 minutes. Then the oven gets turned off and the door cracked for about 30 minutes. I'm going to work on a classic party snack. I love appetizers, and with the Super Bowl coming up, this one is one that you definitely want to try. Take a cup of baking mix like Bisquick, or I actually use the Walmart brand, great value, and add 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese and 1 pound of pork sausage. And that's it. Those are the 3 ingredients. That's the magic. Go ahead and work these together. I find that using my hands is the best way to get everything combined. I kind of treat it almost like a meatloaf, kind of working everything together. Once I'm done working this into a nice ball, I will make this into 1-inch balls and place it on this parchment-lined baking sheet, and it will bake. They will bake at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. These are so delicious. The cheese kind of forms almost like a crust on the outside. totally amazing. This is a super easy, super frugal party food. Another crowd pleaser in our house are honey cheese wontons. I'm going to take a block of softened cream cheese and add 1/4 cup of honey and about 1/2 teaspoon or so of onion powder. We're going to mix that together until it's combined, and this is going to be the filling of our wontons. Wontons are such an incredibly versatile food because you can fill them with literally anything, and they're so delicious, and they have this amazing crunch that you get when you fry them. Love them. So as you can see, I have a little bowl of water over to the side because we'll use the water to seal the edges of the wontons. I'm going to take about 1 teaspoon of this filling, place it in the center, and wet the corners of the wontons and press them closed to make sure that they seal. I'm just going to place them on this pan right here so that way I can transport them easily to the oven. I've got oil heating up behind me that'll heat to about 350 degrees. You'll notice that if you put your wontons in and they get brown too fast and almost burn, your oil is too hot and you'll need to turn it down. That's a great way to monitor it. They should lightly sizzle when they fall in, and it should take about a minute maybe for them to get nice and golden, and then you can pull them out. This is a tedious process as far as like steps because it does take a little bit of time to do this, but it's so easy, and the wontons actually cook so fast that once you get going, it's a quick process. It's just a lot of little steps, but they're totally worth it because your family is going to love these. Now I'm doing just a single batch of these. You could very easily double this recipe if you wanted to have, quite a bit more. But these are delicious. They're super simple, and this is a winner at any party I've ever been to. Here's what we served with our appetizer Palooza: cantaloupe and cheese. There's our sausage balls. They are so yummy and perfectly golden, and the crunch on the outside is to die for. I was unable to get a picture of the cheesecake before we dove into it, and here's our wontons. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to chat in the comments. Take care of yourself, your precious cargo, and why? Because Mama said so.